Welcome to the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Video Tour, live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. From Klamath County to Jackson, Josephine, Douglas, Curry County, and Northern California, this is Play Action Sports Media, your full-service video and media production company, providing live streaming broadcasting of sporting and special school and community events, as well as weddings, real estate services, and karaoke events. The Rogue Credit Union Graduation Video Tour is presented by Lithia Superstore, Oregon California Supply, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Southern Oregon Sanitation, and by Siskiyou U.S. Cellular. Congratulations to the graduates and to all the families to the class of 2020. We hope you enjoyed this special presentation of the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Live Streaming Video Tour.
Welcome families, friends, neighbors, community members to the class of 2020 Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour live here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. This event is brought to you in part by Lithia Superstore in Medford, by Oregon California Supply, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions in Grants Pass, Southern Oregon Sanitation, and by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. We welcome you to Myrtle Creek, Oregon, just south of Roseburg on the campus at South Umpqua High School, the home of the South Umpqua Lancers, for this evening's graduation event. We'll be right back with you soon, and we'll hear from Principal Carl Simpson as well as some students this evening for a socially distant graduation. Stay here.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
With everything going on around us these days, it's comforting to know that the people of Southern Oregon can count on one another to get through it. And at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford, you can count on us too. Because in this changing world, we're taking even more steps to better serve our community by following all the necessary CDC guidelines to not only keep you safe, but our staff as well. And with the added convenience of free pickup and delivery when servicing your vehicle, test drives from your home, and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Count on Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Medford.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Save 20% today on all sizes and types of fire extinguishers, 20% off fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm, and 20% off custom-made firefighting and irrigation trailers. See our friends, the Gallup Brothers, at Oregon California Supply next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Welcome back to Myrtle Creek, Oregon, on the campus of South Umpqua High School for the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour. Our first stop here at South Umpqua High School, home of the Lancers, for a socially distant graduation. You see all the cars in the parking lot. Seen a couple dogs in some cars. Definitely a different feel for this sort of graduation. It's a windy day, blue skies above us, but clouds sort of surrounding Myrtle Creek, and 66 degrees as we get started here in just a minute. I'd like to thank some specific people for getting this event on air. Gene Pelham from Rogue Credit Union and Jason Lawrence from Lithia Superstore in Medford, as well as Michael Campbell at Siskiyou U.S. Cellular, Russ and Kurt Gallup over down there at Oregon California Supply, as well as the Hamlin family at Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Southern Oregon Sanitation, and the general manager, Trent Carpenter. Of course, here at South Umpqua High School, all the families that came out in attendance this afternoon, everyone who made it possible. Shout out to the principal, Carl Simpson. We're going to hear from him shortly, as well as some students. Students going to be seated across the way in the chairs you can sort of see behind the podium there. And we're going to have some faculty down here in front. You can see people milling about. You can see cars parked all the way back in the parking lot. We got some folks up here in the front row. Again, special thanks to all the people that made this afternoon and evening possible here at South Umpqua High School, all the families that have contributed time, all the faculty and staff at South Umpqua High School, and everyone who's been involved after school got out, especially shout out to the class of 2020. I know I wouldn't have been able to focus school from home, so shout out to all the folks listening and everyone who's been able to make it through this tough year. And this is the day for you, and we're glad we could be a part of it here at Play Action Sports Media. It's the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Nice slight wind blowing in here from Myrtle Creek, again just south of Roseburg, and see the cars in the parking lot. Again, a very socially distant graduation, of course, having to change plans sort of last few months due to COVID-19 and all the restrictions that have had to come through from that. And of course, everyone who's made this possible and everyone who's come out here today and sort of cooperated with the new way of doing things, at least for the foreseeable future, but still got the feel of a full parking lot, sort of like filing in for a football game this fall, and everyone's brought their balloons out, and yeah, it is like a drive-in movie. It's quite nice out here, and the weather's fine, and it's a great day again for a different type of graduation, but it all still means the same thing. Students making it through 4 years, well, 12 years really, of schooling, and again, once school got canceled and everyone had to work from home, I mean, that's when it got tough, and shout out to everyone who made it through it. Congratulations, the class of 2020. We should again get started here pretty soon down here at South Umpqua High School, hearing from the principal, Carl Simpson, here pretty soon, as well as some students and everyone who's going to be involved in the ceremonies this afternoon and evening. Again, this won't be the only graduation you'll find here on Play Action Sports Media. If you've got family down in Rogue River, we'll be live there tomorrow 9 a.m. And after that, packing things up, heading over to Phoenix High School to broadcast the Pirates graduation as well. That'll be at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and we're finishing our tour over the hill in Klamath Falls at about 3 p.m. at the event center down there in Klamath Falls for Henley's graduation. And that'll wrap us up for the graduation tour. Huh? And after we wrap up things at Henley on Saturday, we'll be back in Butte Falls the following week for the 2020 Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Should be getting going here shortly.
Yeah.
Just waiting for the festivities to start this evening. Across the way, you can see the chairs in the lawn across the way. That's where the students will be seated. And up front, right in front of our broadcast station here, we'll have the faculty and staff of South Umpqua High School. You can see some of them getting ready over there. And we should be getting ready here pretty soon to begin the festivities, so to speak, this afternoon. We still got people filing in. It's quite a big event. It's tough to give you a full picture just from where we are this afternoon, but the parking lot filled up all the way to the back again. It really gives a feeling like a packed house football game, which is, I feel like, a good atmosphere to go to because we just haven't had something like that in so long. We know the OSAA sports season got canceled back in March as 4A through 6A state championships are about to begin, and we just haven't had this feeling for very long. And we've got some people waving back there, some dogs in the crowd, and people lined up as far as the parking lot is. I wouldn't necessarily say as far as the eye can see, but still a good atmosphere, and people seem to be generally joyful. I've been to a couple events since we've been shut down, and you know, the greatest thing is everyone being able to see each other and see the people they haven't seen in a while, and you really appreciate those relationships once you're able to see everyone that you haven't seen in a while again. So this is a good opportunity. and appreciate everyone who's coming out here. Maybe you're tuned our way or you're listening from home. Appreciate you all the same as you're listening to the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We should be getting started here, I would think, pretty soon. Everything is sort of tentative. Is definitely a new world we're living in, and well, time is we have a lot of time nowadays. Got some people waving out there. Appreciate all you folks who are waving. Again, it's great to see the community come together in support of the graduates of 2020. Again, really can't give it up enough for all the students graduating this year. It's been a tough year for everyone involved, and I can only imagine how hard it's been on the students, again, having to do work from home. Again, I won't lie, I'm lazy. I wouldn't do homework anyway, but man, having everything done at home, I couldn't imagine. So give it up for the class of 2020, and I'm sure we'll be doing that quite a bit here this evening down here at South Umpqua High School. And you can see the football stadium in the back there, the baseball field off. Tough to see, but it's pretty much directly off to our right side. Great afternoon for a great event. Tomorrow might expect some rain, but right now we've been graced with generally blue skies. Again, 66 degrees, give or take some, and some wind. It's been nice. Try to show you the way the flags are still got people lined up outside the parking lot. I'll try to give you a view here. The people who still lined up out there. There you can sort of see the lots of people still coming in. So we're going to wait for them just a bit. And appreciate all the community members, the team moms, the team dads, the teams, everyone who's been involved in this school year and making this event possible, and all the parents who've helped their students get through a tough time like this, and the students for sticking with it, and of course all the coaches and who've helped their student athletes get through something where they can't practice. And it's definitely been a different set of circumstances this year than any year probably ever. So it's going to be a great event for a great group of students who made it through a tough time, and we're going to focus on the bright side of things, and we're going to make it a good event this afternoon. We're going to have students walk across the stage, and it's going to be a good time. And thanks to the folks you see at the bottom of your screen right now, Lithia Superstore in Medford and Oregon, California Supply. Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, by the way, they're able to resume business here as well. Along with Southern Oregon Sanitation, they've got some new deals going on with recycling. You can check out their new app at sosanitation.com, as well as Siskiyou, U.S. Cellular Authorized Retailer down here in Southern Oregon. Be sure to check all these fine folks out and support them as we start to reopen and come out of COVID-19 closures. Be sure to support these fine folks because without them, this event wouldn't be possible. So shout out to the folks you see down there at the bottom of your screen. Lithia Superstore, Oregon, California Supply, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Southern Oregon Sanitation, and Siskiyou, U.S. Cellular. Still got about 3 or 4, well, maybe not, 10, 15 cars maybe still out there. Tough to tell. They kind of wrap around the block here at South Umpqua High School. If you've been out here, you know the gate kind of wraps around the left side, and tough to really tell who's parked on the side of the road and who's coming out here to watch the event this evening. But still awaiting folks coming in. Okay, we've talked about it. You can see Kent Weigel Stadium here at South Umpqua High School down in the backside. Man, this place really does look like a packed night for football, and we're going to miss it coming fall. Hopefully we'll get it back. I think we will. And, of course, John O'Malley Field. It's tough to tell here where we are. We'll try to give you a good look at the baseball field, but not beat up at all, man. It looks real pristine, real nice, and ready to be played on. Of course, we didn't get to play on it this year, but next spring or whenever we get baseball back again, we will be playing on that baseball field, and gotta love the diamond. Looks like we're starting to move in a bit more quickly down there in the parking lot. I think they might have ran out of programs or they might have ran out of things to give out, so we're just going to keep driving through, I hope. Hope there's enough parking spots. By the way, if you're thinking about pulling in and making a trip, maybe you should just stick here on playactionsportsmedia.com and watch the events. This parking lot, we want it full, but we also want to get the show on the road a little bit, so stay tuned online. playactionsportsmedia.com. It's the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour, brought to you by the fine folks there again at the bottom of your screen. And we'll give a shout out to them one more time. Lithia Superstore in Medford and Grants Pass, and Oregon, California Supply, also in Medford and Grants Pass. Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions going up and down the Rogue River. They're able to open back up again. And I'll tell you, I've been on one of those. If you have not been to Hellgate, definitely go check it out. My first summer up in Grants Pass, definitely worth the getting wet in the Rogue River. It's a whole experience, a lot of fun. Also, Southern Oregon Sanitation, they've got new recycling depot and a way of doing things around there. You can sign up for updates. Go check them out online at sosanitation.com. That's sosanitation.com. And, of course, Siskiyou at U.S. Cellular, authorized retailer. Shout out to Michael Campbell and the crew down there at U.S. Cellular Siskiyou. And the car train still sort of wrapped around the block. We're still waiting. But again, as always, this replay will be up. If you're wondering, this isn't just a live event. Of course, you can share it with everyone, and PlayActionSportsMedia.com will have an archived replay as long as the internet is still up and nothing goes wrong there. YouTube is our host, and gracious from them as well. And again, tomorrow for the graduation tour will be 9 a.m., bright and early at Rogue River High School. And after that, packing things up, heading over to Phoenix on Saturday. It's June 6th. And that event will start around 3 p.m. is the target goal at Phoenix High School. Shout out to them as well. And Sunday, June 7th, 3 p.m., Henley High School's graduation. We broadcast right here on PlayActionSportsMedia.com as well. So tell your family, if you've got cousins, brothers, sisters, whoever the family is at any one of those schools, tell them they can watch it right here at PlayActionSportsMedia.com. And that's not where we end. Next weekend as well, we'll be up at Butte Falls with the Loggers, getting ready for their graduation as well. And into the future, you never know where it might end. Sometime in July, could be down in California. And we are open for business, as they say here at Play Action Sports Media, broadcasting not only graduations, but if you'll look through our catalog, school sports as well. We covered Grants Pass Nuggets baseball last summer, along with Hidden Valley High School athletics and Grants Pass athletics as well, and generally sticking around the Rogue Valley, but willing to make the trip. We also are potentially delving into weddings, real estate, anything of that sort that you'd like to get live video broadcasted. So be sure to contact us at PlayActionSportsMedia.com, and we'll connect with you. You'll get a response within a day, and we'll connect with you, see what live event you want broadcast in Southern Oregon and Northern California. And we're here at South Umpqua High School in Myrtle Creek, just south of Roseburg, and getting ready for the South Umpqua Lancers 2020 graduation. Shout out to the class and the faculty and staff, and great afternoon for it. Sun's starting to shine a little bit. It was 66 degrees at the start, probably warmed up a little bit. But the blue skies above are definitely kind this afternoon. Yeah, it is like a drive-in. Maybe we should ask for some popcorn out here. I'll give you an idea of how many people are here if you're just tuning in. We appreciate you. I mean, there is cars filled in this parking lot and people still coming in. It looks like, well, we'd like to think there's 4 or 5 people, and they might start turning people back. But, of course, tell them about it. Share this link, PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Looks like we're down to our final 3 cars, and if you couldn't make it in, PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Share this around to anyone you know who wanted to watch this, or we're open for business. Again, PlayActionSportsMedia.com, the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour. We should hear from South Umpqua Principal Carl Simpson here in just a bit, and he will kick off the festivities this afternoon. Getting down, thankfully, to our final 3 cars, shuffling into the parking lot. That's what we think, at least. Some people out here brought their balloons and brought their dogs. You love to see the dogs, by the way. Shout out to the dogs. You love to see them. And there you see, best you can see John O'Malley baseball field, and we drove by it. Infield, nice, beautiful. It's ready to be played on, and hopefully we get to do so again. And same thing with Kent Weigel Field. Stadium over there, I mean, ready to be played on. Hopefully we get to play on it come this fall. Been graced with a little bit of sunshine creeping through the clouds. That's always nice. Hopefully it's a sign of good things to come and maybe the start of class of 2020 graduation. Target start time, 6 o'clock, 6:26 local time right now, and looks like the line of cars out in the parking lot has everyone gotten in. We hope everyone's gotten in. And I think they have. So we should be ready to start here pretty soon. Got a lot of late shower-uppers here, but God bless them the same. They're ready to celebrate the class of 2020 just like the rest of us are, and hopefully we can get this thing started here pretty soon. Again, across the way, we'll try to show you the way this setup is going to be once more. Across the way, for those of you just tuning in, see the chairs on the lawn set up behind the stage and podium. That's where a couple groups of students will go out and sit, and we'll have a couple different groups of students come up. See the chairs back there. Of course, we'll have some speakers. Of course, behind them will be administration, and over here on these chairs sort of right in front of us here will be faculty and staff. So everyone is getting to be a part of it, and you can notice the chairs spaced apart. We're taking our precautions here at South Umpqua High School for a socially distant 2020 graduation. Shout out, just noticed someone watching from Hawaii. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you, everyone tuning in, all 100 plus of you. Feel free to share, by the way. This event will be posted live as a replay directly after this event is finished. You can find it in the same spot where you found it now. We post archive replays of every event that we broadcast live on Play Action Sports Media, so like yourself in Hawaii can watch, and you can send it all over the world and all over the country. So shout out to everyone watching. We appreciate you. Glad you could be here to celebrate the class of 2020. Sean Earls, shout out. Myrtle Point, your graduation is tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you and everyone else who's turning in again. We got time to pass. If you want to post in chat, I'll give you a shout out. We got time to burn, it seems. We're not starting anytime. Well, hopefully we start soon, but we got some time to burn. We'll give you a shout out. Might get started here in a couple minutes. So, watching from Yoncalla, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. Looks like our administration is taking a seat, so we'll turn it over to them here in just a minute. And we're getting ready. If this is Principal Carl Simpson, getting ready for the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour.
That's your new theme song, Carl.
That's our new theme song. All right, this mic is on. All right, if everyone wants to take their seats in their cars, we'll get going, or the back of your trucks. Okay, can everybody hear me? Wave in the back if you can hear me. We'll turn it up a little bit. All right, we'll turn it up a little bit. Not too much. There we go. Maybe down just a tad. Okay. All right, good evening. We welcome you all to our 2020 South Umpqua High School graduation ceremony. Tonight, you are all part of our Lancer family. To say this has been a strange, unique year would be an understatement. But we are very grateful for everyone to come out and help celebrate the accomplishments of these outstanding young women and men. Graduates, will you please come out of your cars in the group 1 and take your seats. Thank you, graduates. All of our graduates are special and deserve to be honored. With this unique year comes a unique graduation. Thankfully, we were approved to have this drive-in style graduation. Because of this, it will take a little bit more time with the transition of groups of seniors and cars. So please have patience and know that we will do our best to make this the greatest graduation possible under the circumstances we're in. Thank you for your consideration on this special evening, and now we're ready to begin. We're going to play the national anthem. Go ahead and stay in your seats, and if you have a ball cap, take it off. But we're going to play the national anthem right now from our own band that was recorded earlier this year.
Oh, sir, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And a correction, that was done by our choir, and Mr. Soffer put that together, so give him a honk too. I love that. All right, tonight's celebration is a result of many people working very hard. I would like to take a moment to thank a few people. To our entire South Umpqua High School staff, they have all worked hard supporting our seniors through this pandemic. Whether it was through phone calls, email, Google Classroom, Facebook, or even face-to-face interactions that happened at people's work, I appreciate all the support they gave to our seniors, families, and community. Thank you. To our maintenance, grounds, and custodial staff taking care of our facilities and the entire behind-the-scenes logistics, thank you. And the South Umpqua School District office for always giving us a lending hand and supporting us through this unprecedented circumstances. And to all of you, all of our families and friends, your support, feedback, willingness to volunteer, and generosity help make this all happen. Thank you. And also, last but not least, to our volunteer fire department, Myrtle Creek Police Department, Mr. and Mrs. Schoenick for making the parade and the fireworks possible. Thank you. We also have some special guests tonight at graduation. Let me introduce our superintendent, Mrs. Kate McLaughlin. School board members Jerry O'Sullivan and Jeff Johnson. And then tonight's guest speaker, Mrs. Shannon Fye. All right. In this night of recognition, we would like to acknowledge the selfless men and women who serve our community and nation. Please raise your hand out the window if you serve or have served in law enforcement, the fire department, or as a member of our armed national forces. All right. We want to give them those individuals a round of applause. These individuals, along with many others who cannot be here with us tonight, have given themselves in the line of duty and deserve our appreciation. Because of them, we enjoy the freedoms that many other countries do not have. Please give them all folks a warm round of applause again, or a honk. All right. Also, let us take a moment to honor those who are not with us tonight, but are always in our hearts and thoughts. For those we have loved and lost, please join me in a moment of silence. All right. Again, to the teachers and support staff who have dedicated themselves for supporting our students from kindergarten through high school, I want to thank you. And new graduates, I speak for the entire Southwell staff when I say how incredibly proud we are of all of you, and all of you. Thank you to the members of our communities, whether it be businesses or individuals that volunteer to support our schools in countless ways. We also say thank you. To the South Umpqua Booster Club, we greatly appreciate all your volunteer efforts to our students on our students' behalf. Along with other great fundraisers, they are responsible for annual Booster Club auction, which brings in thousands of dollars to support our students. Thank you, Booster Club. A special thank you also to the SU Foundation for their hard work, dedication, and financial support. Over the years, they have also raised and donated thousands of dollars throughout the district for our school improvement projects. Thank you. And finally, before we turn this focus over to our graduates, I wish to acknowledge all the parents and family members again who have supported, encouraged, and guided our students to help them achieve this moment. This night is in honor of your efforts as much as it is theirs. Thank you, parents. At this time, I would like to introduce our class president, Shay Hall.
Our speaker for this year is Mrs. Fye. Mrs. Fye, I never quite appreciated the efforts that you put into making sure my friends and I were on the right track, or the times that you checked on me when I wasn't at school. I will always remember and appreciate the times that you've worked with me when I was struggling, asked how my cheer team was doing in competition, and how all of the other sports did when you weren't there to watch them yourselves. Thank you for being so involved in each and every one of our lives. I know that I'm not the only one of us that appreciates you deeply, not only as a teacher, but as a friend. Thank you for caring. I am honored to be the student up here welcoming you for your speech now. So everyone, please welcome to the stage Mrs. Shannon Fye.
I came prepared. Brought my own box. I knew I'd need it. First, I want to thank you, the students, for allowing, see it starting already, for allowing me to speak this year. When Mrs. Howard asked me if I was willing, I gotta get it together. I asked her if she was serious. And then I was shocked and amazed that you chose me. It's an honor to be able to speak to you as you finish one adventure and move on to the next. Many of you know I grew up in Alabama. What some of you don't know is that I was a total city girl. I did not live within 50 miles of farmland, at least not that I ever saw. When I left Birmingham, there were 266,000 people in that city. Imagine moving to a little town called Nampa, Idaho for college with only 30,100 people. After college, I married and moved to Parma, Idaho, a town with 1,600 people. Slowly but surely, I was learning about small town life. The longer I lived in Parma, the more I understood what small town life was really like. The local pizza parlor was a great source of information about what was happening in town and who was in trouble. When I began teaching in Notice, Idaho, yes, I said notice, like if you close your eyes, you're gonna miss the blip of the town on the road as you drive through. Notice had a population of roughly 400 people. I learned more about small town life and was introduced to FFA and shop classes. When I first started teaching at South Umpqua High School, there were about 450 students in the high school. I thought SU was a big school since the one I came from had 150 students grades 7 through 12, with an average graduating class of 13 students, kind of like Riddle. Finding out SU was considered small was quite the shock. Though I didn't grow up in a small town, I have come to appreciate the character of small town life. Because I teach English and literature is my passion, I have to talk a little bit about some great literature. Most of you may not know that Mrs. Lefevre and I share a passion for To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a novel about a girl named Scout growing up in a small Alabama town and finding out not only who she is, but also who the adults around her are and what they believe. Living here in Myrtle Creek is very similar to Macomb, Alabama. Like in Macomb and Myrtle Creek, everyone seems to know your business, who is dating whom, who was in trouble last night, etc. But at the same time, those people who told your parents what you were up to are also the first ones to come to your assistance when bad things happen. They're the ones who bring meals, put Band-Aids on your boo-boos, give you rides, and care for you when you just need a hug. You all have experienced small town life like Scout did. You have seen people who have easily overcome more obstacles than can be counted, and observed others barely making it through. Small town life definitely has its ups and downs, but would you really be the same person if you had grown up in a different place? Would you have the same passions if you had grown up in a city with 266,000 people? Would you know your friends as well as you do? Would you have developed the same hopes and dreams you have now had you grown up somewhere else? I am not so sure you would have. Even though you've lived in or grown up in a small town, that doesn't mean you're limited when it comes to your future. I know many of you are often frustrated when I corrected you by saying, I hope you can go to the bathroom or your locker or do anything else. I did this because I wanted you and the world to know what you're capable of. I wanted you to realize that there is still a world of possibilities open to you. You might just have to look a little deeper and work a little harder to achieve your goals. How many of you have seen October Sky? Small town, achieving big goals? During these last 4 years, we, your teachers, your parents, and coaches, have done our best to push you to meet your potential and to find your passion. When I asked if you filled out that college application, or that application to apply for an apprenticeship, or the application to earn a certificate, I did that because I want you to not only find your passion, but to work toward it. I want you to find the job that when you go home exhausted at the end of your day, you can say it was a good day. For some of you, that may mean helping someone across the street. It may be changing a strut, welding that last piece into that project so you can see the finished product. For some, it may be teaching a child a new skill in art, or language arts, or math, or science. Maybe history. For others, it's going to be delivering a birthday package that meant the world to that child or that person, Travis Wilsey. Maybe you will be the next great contributor to the UPS Dogs Facebook page like Scott Hodges from Newburgh. Or maybe you will be the next great doctor who finds a cure for a terrible disease. My goal for you as a class is that you would each find your passion. Many of you have often asked Mrs. Howard and other teachers whether or not you can leave and go someplace else. Or maybe you were just asking for permission to leave Myrtle Creek altogether, and that's okay. But wherever your passion takes you, know we are all sad and excited. This is where it really gets me. We're sad because you finished high school and you're leaving us. But we're so excited because you're stepping out on your own and you are going to reach new heights. The great Dr. Seuss once wrote a book that is always appropriate for reaching new heights and for going on new adventures. Some of you just received this recently, I know. Oh, the places you'll go. Remember that the road is not always easy. Sometimes you have to trip over a few stones. Sometimes you have to climb high mountains. And sometimes you have to cross raging rivers. But the journey makes you all the stronger. I know this from experience. Remember, in those places you'll go, those places you visit, those places you settle down, whether it's for a little while or a lifetime. These are places that will influence you for the rest of your life. I hope you all know that no matter where you go or what you do, we are eager to hear about your triumphs and your struggles. Just because you're leaving high school does not mean that we're done with you. Absolutely not. We have worked hard side by side for the last 4 years so that you can get to this place of being a high school graduate. Some of you have arrived kicking and screaming. Some of you have run the race as quickly as possible, Ellery Smith. Some of you hit your stride at the very, very, very end. And some of you have sauntered along like it's just another day in the park. But we have worked alongside you. You all thought you had 20/20 vision and you knew what was coming, but none of us expected this thing that shall not be named. Just because there is a bump in the road does not mean you should give up on your dreams. Continue to work toward your passion. Use this time of unexpected circumstances to create a better world for you and for those around you. It has been a privilege to work and learn with you these last 4 years. We are so proud of all of you. And we don't want you to ever forget that we are proud of you. Congratulations, and remember to follow your passion. It is now my privilege to introduce our valedictorian this year, Michaela Griffin, and our salutatorian, Shaylin Gray.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. We're all gathered here today to honor some pretty amazing people. I'm so proud to have these individuals as my classmates. Sorry. I'm so happy that these are the people that I was able to grow up with, and I would like to take a moment to remember the time that we've all spent together. So let's take a walk down memory lane. So hey guys, do you remember at the end of 5th grade when we were told to enjoy middle school because it would go by so fast? Yeah, 3 years of our life? I don't think so. And then at the end of middle school, we were told to enjoy the years of high school because it's gonna fly right by. A total of 7 years, how could that even go by fast at all? But oh boy, were we wrong. These last 7 years have flown by, and now we're about to enter the real world. Here are a few things I wanna remind you before we all go. So first off, remember we're never gonna have to experience morning meeting ever again. There'll be no more seeing each other goofing off in the halls, no more high school dances, no more late nights after games, no more yelling goodbye to each other across the parking lot, and no more reminding each other to drive home safely after sporting events. There'll be no more comfort in the same people we've known since kindergarten. And even though this may seem sad, it's actually such a blessing in disguise. We're about to begin a whole new journey and who knows where each of us will end up. But no matter where the road takes us, we will be making a difference. Each and every one of you has made me proud in these last 4 years, so now do it for yourselves. I challenge you to go out and make yourselves proud. Know that in the next coming years, we're all going to change and grow. Some of us will go on to explore the world. Some of us will start a family. Some of us might begin our own business. And who knows, maybe one of us is going to end up as the next president. But no matter what we become, we will all be making an impact on this world, I'm sure of that. Now I'd like to take a moment to talk about our special circumstances. I know this is not the graduation we all dreamed of having. I understand that this can definitely put a damper on your mood, but please do not let this lower your opinion about your achievements. This is a very important day, and no matter how you get that diploma, you earned it. Each and every one of you worked hard from kindergarten to now, and you deserve to celebrate and be proud of yourselves. So do it. To bring this speech to a close, I would like to pass around my thanks. Thank you to my mother and my father, and all of my family who have helped keep me pushing. Thank you to my teachers and my friends who have supported me all throughout this journey, and those who have put up with me saying I was going to drop out at least once a week. Mrs. Spy. Lastly, I would like to thank all of you, my classmates, for the best high school experience ever. I could not have asked for a better group of kids to grow up with, and I mean that genuinely. You're all such amazing individuals, and I know that you're going great places. So again, I would like to thank everyone for their time and for listening. So let's graduate.
Welcome everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Shaylin Gray. First off, I would like to thank everybody that could make this happen for us seniors tonight. We really appreciate the work that was put into this so we could have a graduation. I also want to thank the teachers who have supported us in our 4 years of high school and helped us to succeed. Now I would like to thank my family for always supporting me and encouraging me to do my best. I'm so thankful to have you. Sorry guys. Now seniors, I know we didn't want our senior year to end like this. This is embarrassing, sorry. Okay, and now thinking about the quote we first chose, Mrs. Howard, can I leave now? Needs to change to Mrs. Howard, are we ever coming back? But instead of thinking of the end of our senior year being taken from us, we can think about all the memories we made throughout our 4 years. Like when freshman year, our whole class was banned from the Little Theater. I still don't know if that ban was lifted. Good thing we didn't have graduation in there. And all the crazy assemblies that happened. I will always remember the time Mr. Simpson, dressed as Mario, and rode his scooter thing around and fell so hard. I think the whole school went silent, not really sure if we should laugh or see if he was okay, until he got up and continued to collect fake coins. Then this year, when we played tag and walking, actually more like running from class to class so we wouldn't be tagged, even if the person who was it wasn't close to us. Anyway, who was it last? So as we go on our own ways, we can look back at these good memories we have created. And I know we can always come back to each other in a time of need. I wish every one of you good luck next year, and thank you for the memories. I will cherish them forever. Congratulations, class of 2020. We made it.
Give them a big round of applause, guys. All right, well done. Although we are here tonight to honor the many accomplishments of this year's seniors class, I would like to take a moment to introduce this year's top 10 for 2020. Please rise when I call your name. Michaela Griffin. Shaylin Gray. Ariana Burnell. Adriana Jepson. Austin Horton. Shay Hall. Samantha Harden. Tori Lind. Skylie Gibson. And Hannah Lowell. Congratulations, you may be seated. All right, Mr. Chairman and members of the board, I hereby certify these students who are about to receive their diplomas have met all the requirements set forth by the State of Oregon and South Umpqua School District. Let's begin the presentation of diplomas. So just a little explanation. We're going to go through 10 of our seniors. They're going to get their diplomas. They're going to come off to the left, come over there, and then head back to their cars, and then we're going to move cars and then do the next 10. So just please bear with us. So number 1 right now, Michaela Griffin. Shaylin Gray. Ariana Bernal. Adriana Jepson. Austin Horton. Shay Hall. Samantha Harden. Tori Lind. Skylie Gibson. And Hannah Lowell. Okay, we're going to take a moment and switch cars. So Mr. Savage and a few other people will be helping direct you. Thank you very much for your patience.
As we move cars around here at South Umpqua High School, we're going to take a quick break. Reminder, you're watching the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We'll have another set of graduates coming up here in just a minute. We appreciate you, and stay tuned.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Well, you're more than just an auto loan or checking account. You're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
Southern Oregon Sanitation salutes the graduates and the class of 2020. Great news, recycling just got better. Southern Oregon Sanitation is now accepting additional plastics in the curbside program and recycling depots. Visit the new Recycling Transfer Center in Grants Pass on Redwood Avenue and online at sosanitation.com. Download the SOS app and the Waste Wizard online at sosanitation.com to learn about recycling, bill pay, service day reminders, and alerts. Serving our neighbors for over 70 years. Reduce, reuse, and recycle with sosanitation.com. Welcome back to the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour on playactionsportsmedia.com. We're down here at South Umpqua High School. Appreciate everyone who's made this a part of their afternoon. We're cycling cars right now. We'll get a few new students up here to grab their diplomas and graduate. And been a good event so far. We've heard from our valedictorian and salutatorian, as well as our guest speaker and our principal, and we appreciate you for making this a part of our day. Again, we're coming to you live from Myrtle Creek, Oregon, just south of Roseburg on the campus of South Umpqua High School, the home of the Lancers for the class of 2020 graduation. And we're cycling cars in right now. Again, had about 10 or so graduates, I would say, walk by and grab their diploma, maybe a little bit more. And now we're going to get 10 more, it looks like, coming up here and kind of see the system here. I'll give you a little peek behind the scenes, I guess. Cars coming up here and parking in these spots. And you can see them marked on the ground here. See the 8 there marked on the ground, 7 and so forth. And students coming up, they're grabbing their graduation and they're going to come out of those cars. They're going to go sit down and they're going to come on back and go back in their cars. It's a tried and true system, as tried and true as it can be in this different time. But again, shout out to the folks down there at the bottom of your screen, Lithia Superstore in Bedford, and Oregon California Supply, Russ and Kirk, the crew down there at Oregon California Supply, also in Grants Pass and Medford. Also at Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, the Hamlin family, shout out to them as well. Hellgate just opening up as well. And Southern Oregon Sanitation and General Manager Trent Carpenter, as well as Michael Campbell and the crew at Siskiyou U.S. Cellular, all these people making this event possible to be broadcast to you live worldwide on playactionsportsmedia.com. So be sure to patronize these people when you get the chance, as without them this event would not be possible. And of course, all the folks down here at South Umpqua High School, the families, the community members, neighbors, friends, families, all that stuff. And I believe we're going to turn it back over to Principal Simpson.
All right, we'll start off with our next senior. It is Kyla Perez. And Anicia Medina. Chloe Telford. Trinity Bumgardner. Jenna Whitmore. Good job, Jenna. Madeline Pettibone. Tessa Hudgen. McKenna Sharp. Okay, thank you guys. We're going to move cars again and sanitize chairs, and then we'll get the next group up here in a moment. So we can sanitize.
And you're watching the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Cycling cars once again. We'll be right back with a few messages from the fine folks that made this event possible. Again, it's the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com, live from South Umpqua High School.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
With everything going on around us these days, it's comforting to know that the people of Southern Oregon can count on one another to get through it. And at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford, you can count on us too. Because in this changing world, we're taking even more steps to better serve our community by following all the necessary CDC guidelines to not only keep you safe, but our staff as well. And with the added convenience of free pickup and delivery when servicing your vehicle, test drives from your home, and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Count on Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Save 20% today on all sizes and types of fire extinguishers, 20% off fire prevention systems for your rural ranch or farm, and 20% off custom-made firefighting and irrigation trailers. See our friends, the Gallup Brothers, at Oregon California Supply next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
Welcome back to the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We're broadcasting live from Myrtle Creek, Oregon on the campus of South Umpqua High School, and bringing this one to you live. The Lancers graduation class of 2020. Congratulations to all the graduates who have made it this far. It looks like we're doing about 10 graduates at a time and 20 coming up. We're in group number 2 right now, and it's been a great afternoon so far. We've heard from our principal, Carl Simpson, as well as salutatorian and valedictorian and all these fine folks. And congratulations to everyone who has made it this far. And again, shout out to the parents, faculty here at South Umpqua High School, as this is much a celebration of all those fine folks who've been involved as much as the students. And again, these cars coming in and full of our students. Our students actually over there have already taken a seat. We'll show you the second class and, well, same class, second group of students. And a nice sunny day. It's just after 7 o'clock local time here at Myrtle Creek, Oregon, and still sunshine and blue skies, and wouldn't get dark, I would say, for another hour or so. We've got a lot of sunlight left and a lot of students to celebrate this evening. So appreciate everyone who has been involved, and we should be getting ready, I would think, here pretty soon. The transition of the cars, I think, is going to be where we get held up on the most, but we'll see coming up here in just a minute. You can see our principal, Carl Simpson, at South Umpqua High School, and our faculty seated behind him. You see the students across the way, and administration there, and some teachers as well. See the mountain range behind us, and the school, by the way, great school inside. I've only been here a handful of times and quite impressed with this. The facilities, you could see football field back in the background, Kent Weigel Stadium and great venues here. And as we continue to celebrate the class of 2020 on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Again, it doesn't stop here today. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp, we're going to be at Rogue River High School, and it's at 9 a.m. And by 3 p.m., 10 a.m. rather, and by 3 p.m. we'll be over at Phoenix High School, and then on Sunday, June 7th, we'll be over at Henley High School, broadcasting their graduation as well. It doesn't stop even this weekend, because next week it will be up at Butte Falls and with the Loggers. Yeah,
Okay, we're about to proceed.
This is Principal Carl Simpson getting ready for the second group of students graduating the class of 2020 here at South Umpqua High School.
All right. The first one out of Group 2 is Jonathan Ashcraft. Pause for a picture. Madison Bauer. Natalie Brown. Eric Burnett. Ryan Carnes. Tristan Caro. Shiloh Christensen. Okay, we're going to move to the next group of cars. Pause for a moment. Go ahead. See if Bo can find it.
I believe we're getting ready to cycle cars again down here in Myrtle Creek, Oregon, again on the campus of South Umpqua High School for the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour on playactionsportsmedia.com. We'll be right back with more graduates from Myrtle Creek, Oregon. playactionsportsmedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Well, you're more than just an auto loan or checking account. You're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
Southern Oregon Sanitation salutes the graduates and the class of 2020. Great news, recycling just got better. Southern Oregon Sanitation is now accepting additional plastics in the curbside program and recycling depots. Visit the new Recycling Transfer Center in Grants Pass on Redwood Avenue and online at sosanitation.com. Download the SOS app and the Waste Wizard online at sosanitation.com to learn about recycling, bill pay, service day reminders, and alerts. Serving our neighbors for over 70 years. Reduce, reuse, and recycle with sosanitation.com.
Okay, we can start moving forward again. The next group.
Welcome back to the Rogue Credit Union video graduation tour on playactionsportsmedia.com. Welcome you back to Myrtle Creek, Oregon, and on the campus of South Umpqua High School, celebrating the class of 2020 at South Umpqua, the Lancers, and we've got another group here pulling in, and the cars have definitely been the interesting part of the afternoon, but again, a new normal, again, a socially distant graduation due to the restrictions set by COVID-19. I'm honestly glad that we were able to get this much done, and again, shout out to the staff at South Umpqua High School for being able to pull this off, and all the parents and community members that were able to help out, and everyone who is directing things here and doing a great job. Gonna have people back up again. I'd like to give one more shout to the people there. You see at the bottom of your screen, Lithia Superstore in Medford and Oregon, California Supply, Russ and Kirk, the crew down there, and the Hamlin family at Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions. And the people down there at Southern Oregon Sanitation. You can go check out their new website, sosanitation.com, and their new app where you can manage bill pay and a multitude of other things at sosanitation.com, as well as Michael Campbell and the crew at Siskiyou U.S. Cellular, your authorized U.S. Cellular retailer in Grants Pass and Medford. And the cars are going to be the issue this afternoon. But on one hand, of course, you're going to have to figure this layout out. But it's efficient. It's efficient. I actually appreciate how they're able to pull this off. You see you've got the cars up front in the U shape. The students that are graduating are coming out of these cars, and they're going to go sit, and they're going to pull out off to our left side, and the students sitting there. But I mean, you can see the U shape, everyone cooperating, and it's an efficient system if it works properly. And it looks like we're ready to turn it back over to Principal Carl Simpson to celebrate the class of 2020 here at South Umpqua High School.
Is Donovan Christensen. Zachary Collins. Kobe Davis. Joshua Deester. Zach Downard. Joseph Drexler. Ryan Durham. Alora Edwards. Rylan Fulks. Bobby Gilbert. Okay, real quick, graduates in group 3, please stay in your cars until we get everybody parked, okay? And then I will call you forward, right? So we'll start moving cars. Graduates in group 3, stay in your cars until I call you forward, please. Thank you.
Well, as we move cars one more time here in Myrtle Creek, Oregon, we'll let you hear from the folks who made this event possible one more time this afternoon. Again, you're watching the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour on playactionsportsmedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
With With everything going on around us these days, it's comforting to know that the people of Southern Oregon can count on one another to get through it. And at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford, you can count on us too. Because in this changing world, we're taking even more steps to better serve our community by following all the necessary CDC guidelines to not only keep you safe, but our staff as well. And with the added convenience of free pickup and delivery when servicing your vehicle, test drives from your home, and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Count on Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Save 20% today on all sizes and types of fire extinguishers, 20% off fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm, and 20% off custom-made firefighting and irrigation trailers. See our friends, the Gallup Brothers, at Oregon California Supply next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
And welcome back to the Road Credit Union graduation video tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We're celebrating the class of 2020 here at South Umpqua High School in unusual circumstances, to say the least. You can see the cars kind of shuffling in and out, and that's how we're doing things this evening. We're having cars parked right in front of us. You can see the 8 on the floor, the 7, and so forth, and having people park up close here and having their students come up. You can kind of see the chairs off to the left side and off to the back side of the podium. Again, the graduation video tour, broadcasting live, again, the class of 2020 at South Umpqua High School, celebrating everyone who made it through, again, unusual circumstances. And apologies, having a bit of technical difficulties here. And let you see the cars flowing in as we fix a bit of our issue here. We tried to.
All right, will all of the graduates of Group 2 please come forward, or Group 3, sorry, Group 3. All the graduates of Group 3, please come forward.
We're back. Sorry about the interruption there. You are watching the Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We're listening to Carl Simpson, and he is, well, he's going to congratulate the class of 2020 here at South Umpqua High School, so stay tuned.
All right. Welcome, Group 3. Let me see, make sure everyone's here. All right, our first graduate of Group 3 is Madeline Harmon. Edward Hayes. Amelia Jackson. Cameron Janes. Ashton Keeley. Troy Lehman. Hasina Lathan. Lynn Lewis. Seth Mahan.
And apologies for the issues. It's still the Rogue Credit Graduation Tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
Okay, we're going to pause for a second to rearrange cars here in a moment. Again, thank you for staying in your cars. Thank you for your patience. You guys have been wonderful.
Switch cars around. We'd love to remind you of the wonderful folks that make this event possible. The Rogue Credit Union Graduation Tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
Southern Oregon Sanitation salutes the graduates and the class of 2020. Great news, recycling just got better. Southern Oregon Sanitation is now accepting additional plastics in the curbside program and recycling depots. Visit the new Recycling Transfer Center in Grants Pass on Redwood Avenue and online at sosanitation.com. Download the SOS app and the Waste Wizard online at sosanitation.com to learn about recycling, bill pay, service day reminders, and alerts. Serving our neighbors for over 70 years. Reduce, reuse, and recycle with sosanitation.com. Welcome back to the Road Credit Union graduation tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. This evening, celebrating the South Umpqua class of 2020, and sun shining, still out, 7:36 local time. Appreciate you from wherever you are watching. I earlier in the stream said shout out to everyone who was watching from all over the world. We had a couple people from Hawaii, someone from the Florida Keys, from British Columbia. I mean, goodness, we had people from all over the place, so I'd like to get a shout out again. We got a little bit of time in between these kind of spots, so we appreciate you wherever you're listening from, especially everyone who's listening from Canada, Hawaii. Again, different set of circumstances than we usually have for these graduation events, but I appreciate everyone who's doing their best to make this part of the day, a part of their weekend. And again, the graduation tour does not stop here. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., we're going to be at Rogue River High School with the Chieftains, and then 3 p.m. at Phoenix High School with the Pirates, and that one's going to be nice as well. After that, Sunday at Henley High School, that's where we will be, and next weekend at Butte Falls. And again, if you have an event coming up, whether it be sports related, whether it be a graduation event, we service all of Southern Oregon and Northern California. Though based out of the Rogue Valley, we will make the trip for you, whether it's, again, a graduation, a sporting event. We have experience in that, and dipping our toe into weddings, real estate, things of that matter. So give us a call. Check it out, playactionsportsmedia.com. You can contact us, and we will get back to you within a day and contact you and see what kind of event you're running, because we do it frankly the best around, and you can see for yourself. You continue watching the South Umpqua graduation class of 2020 presented by Rogue Credit Union and in partnership again with Lithia Superstore and Oregon California Supply, the guys Russ and Kirk down there, as well as Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Southern Oregon Sanitation, and Siskiyou U.S. Cellular, your authorized U.S. Cellular retailer in Southern Oregon. Got the cars filing in again here at South Umpqua High School. Again, it really gives the feel of like a drive-in movie for the people out there in the parking lot, but I'm sure for the students, I mean, I couldn't imagine how different and odd this is, and it truly is. I mean, this is something you talk about for a lifetime, not just something that is in your high school career. I mean, who goes through this? This is new ground. So, different for the students, but I'm sure everyone else gets the feeling of a drive-in movie. Bust out the popcorn, and definitely also sort of gives the feel of a football game at the parking lot. Everyone's standing in their tailgates. I mean, it's a fun event out here, and whether you're out here listening live, and appreciate you for that, or if you're around the world, like we talked about a bit earlier. I mean, again, Hawaii, British Columbia. It's just awesome that we can come together and celebrate the class of 2020 here at South Umpqua High School. And here in just a minute, we're going to turn it back on over to Carl Simpson, the principal here at South Umpqua High School.
Ayla McCollum. Jace McGarvey. Vincent Miller. Drake Norton. Brennan Pettibone. Good job, buddy. Thank you.
Brennan, stop.
And Mackenzie Redfern. Okay, we're getting pretty efficient at this, so good job, everybody. Appreciate it. We're going to move cars again here in a moment once the graduates get back. And a reminder, if you're in Group 4, stay in your cars, please, until we get all the cars parked, and then I will call Group 4 up, okay? Thank you.
Again, you've got the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We're shuffling cars once more, and that means we get to hear from our wonderful sponsors that make this event possible.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today, serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together, we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account. You're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
With everything going on around us these days, it's comforting to know that the people of Southern Oregon can count on one another to get through it. And at Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford, you can count on us too. Because in this changing world, we're taking even more steps to better serve our community by following all the necessary CDC guidelines to not only keep you safe, but our staff as well. And with the added convenience of free pickup and delivery when servicing your vehicle, test drives from your home, and an online process to purchase and deliver your new vehicle. Count on Lithia Chrysler Jeep Dodge of Mitford.
It's fire danger season, and Oregon California Supply in Medford and Grants Pass is ready to save you money and protect you, your family, your business, and your property. Save 20% today on all sizes and types of fire extinguishers, 20% off fire prevention systems for your rural home, ranch, or farm, and 20% off custom-made firefighting and irrigation trailers. See our friends, the Gallup Brothers, at Oregon California Supply next to Wild River Pizza in Grants Pass, north of Vilas Road off Highway 62 Medford. Save money, protect, and cover your assets with fire protection supplies from Oregon California Supply.
We're live at South Umpqua High School with the Rogue Credit Union graduation tour. Shuffling around cars right now has been the, I'd say, most interesting part of the evening. Only have a couple more groups left celebrating the class of 2020 here at South Umpqua High School. Got a big thank you to all the community members, the teachers, staff, administration, friends, neighbors, families who have been able to make this event possible this evening here at South Umpqua High School, and everyone who's been able to cooperate, and everything has gone, I would say, smoothly so far, as smoothly as it can be in a new, I wouldn't say new normal, but new circumstances with the COVID-19 restrictions, and that's why we're doing it this way, socially distant graduation. And again, the tour does not stop here. We're servicing a couple other high schools throughout this weekend, and it starts tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. at Rogue River High School, and Phoenix after that at 3 p.m. This is June 6th. And by the way, again, a lot of people listening in Hawaii, British Columbia, all these times are in Pacific Standard Time, so 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, and Sunday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at Henley as well. And next weekend, Butte Falls, and it doesn't stop there because we service all of Southern Oregon and Northern California, and dipping our toes into potentially weddings and real estate and that sort of thing, and sports as well. So be sure to contact us at playactionsportsmedia.com. We'll get back to you within a day and talk to you about what kind of event you want to run, how we can help you, and how we can live stream it to people, again, in Hawaii, British Columbia, all around the world on playactionsportsmedia.com.
All right, graduates of Group 4, please come forward. All right, thank you guys. Again, congratulations. All right, our first graduate of Group 4 is Madison. She got the most honks. That was good. Noah Rudy.
Almost there.
Riley Salter. That's right, there was no practice run. Devin Schoenick. Joseph Shackelford. Ellery Smith. Nathan Smith. All right, there's another break here, so we're gonna move cars here in a moment. Good job, everybody. Again, thank you for staying in your cars and helping us out. Good job, graduates.
Appreciate everyone again. Just to echo Principal Simpson's remarks. Appreciate everyone who's making this an easier process. And if you've been out here, appreciate you. And this event couldn't be possible without everyone really being on the same page about this thing, because definitely a different circumstance, and so far it's worked well. And again, you're listening to the Rogue Credit Union graduation video tour on playactionsportsmedia.com, brought to you by these wonderful people.
From our humble beginnings serving members from a small garage to today serving communities across Southern Oregon, Rogue Credit Union was founded on the idea that together we're stronger. For over 60 years, Rogue has been living, giving, supporting local, committed to lending a hand. Where you're more than just an auto loan or checking account, you're an owner, just like our founders intended back in that small garage in 1956. Living local, it's a Rogue thing.
Southern Oregon Sanitation salutes the graduates and the class of 2020. Great news, recycling just got better. Southern Oregon Sanitation is now accepting additional plastics in the curbside program and recycling depots. Visit the new Recycling Transfer Center in Grants Pass on Redwood Avenue and online at sosanitation.com. Download the SOS app and the Waste Wizard online at sosanitation.com to learn about recycling, bill pay, service day reminders, and alerts. Serving our neighbors for over 70 years. Reduce, reuse, and recycle with sosanitation.com. Welcome back to the Rogue Credit Union South Umpqua graduation, celebrating the class of 2020 on playactionsportsmedia.com. Again, a special shout to all the people you see at the bottom of your screen. Not yet. Right now, the Lithia Superstore and Oregon California Supply, as well as Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Southern Oregon Sanitation, and Siskiyou U.S. Cellular. We are winding down the festivities this afternoon, I would think, and we've got some... Apologies there. We've got some balloons up, and people are filing in, and appreciate everyone who's making this life a little bit easier in this weird time due to COVID-19. Again, socially distant. Everyone's staying in their cars. Only the students really coming out, and the faculty and staff at South Umpqua High School. And I believe they're going to have maybe one or two more groups of students coming up here. So we appreciate all you tuning in. Again, everyone who's tuned in around the world. You can always get your event broadcasted around the world if you visit playactionsportsmedia.com. We broadcast all sorts of events. You can see it if you visit our catalog, again, at playactionsportsmedia.com. We can produce things for your school, your events, whatever the case is. I mean, really, I don't want to sound like that guy, but there's not a whole lot we can't do. So visit playactionsportsmedia.com, visit our catalog, and see if what we do is right for you. And right now, Our graduation video tour servicing South Umpqua. Rogue River tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Phoenix at 3 p.m. and Henley at 3 p.m. on Sunday. And again, all those times Pacific Standard Time. And we will welcome back our rest of our class of 2020.
Our first graduate in this next group is Abigail Sullivan. Good job, Abby. Good job, Abby. Next is Tamika Toy. Good job. Zachary Turpin. Lillian Turrentine. Nicole Wall. Travis Wilsey. Oh, good job, Travis.
Thank you, Press.
And Tanner Wilson.
Look at Mrs. Lynn, Tanner. Tanner, look at Mrs. Lynn.
And I will call out Carlotta Davoli, which was our foreign exchange student that had to go back to Italy, but we recognized her, so hopefully she's watching through the live stream. Okay, as we get these graduates back to their cars, we will do the tassel move if they haven't done it already, and then the honoring of them. And then we are going to have some fireworks and then the parade. We're a little bit earlier than anticipated, but I think the firework team is going to go ahead. So give us a moment, and if you want to reposition your cars a little bit closer to the football field by the other cars over there, you're welcome to do so. That's all the graduates.
We're allowing the cars to cycle through here one more time, and then we're going to honor the senior class of 2020 at South Umpqua High School. Move the tassels and officially send them off. Say farewell and send them on to the rest of their lives, I guess. I'm not quite sure how to phrase it, but they're out of here. And I'll just give you an idea. Those of you who've been here since the beginning, this parking lot was jam-packed a bit earlier today. And now pretty much empty until, of course, you get over to, well, if I wasn't in the way, you could see it over there. There's some cars over there, but I'll be in the way, so I'm not going to show the whole way. But parking lot pretty barren now, and we're going to celebrate the class of 2020 here this evening.
Way out there, somewhere in the land of our South Umpqua parking lot. Graduates, you may move your tassel from the right to the left now, if you haven't done so. So congratulations, move those tassels, everybody. And I am overwhelmingly proud to present to you the graduating class of 2020. So honk those horns again. Good job, everybody. Thank you. All right, we're going to get these fireworks lit off here in a few moments, all right? Well done, everybody.
There they are, the class of 2020 at South Umpqua High School. We're going to have some fireworks here tonight, but we are on our way from PlayActionSportsMedia.com. We appreciate all of you who've tuned in this evening to the Rogue Credit Union online graduation video tour from South Umpqua High School. And to the class of 2020, as Principal Simpson so gracefully said, so long, great rest of your lives. I'm not quite sure how to phrase it, but just know they are on to bigger things and things that you could never imagine. And congratulations to the class of 2020 from PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Again, a special thanks to the people you see at the bottom of your screen. This broadcast presented in part by Rogue Community Credit Union, Lithia Superstore, as well as Oregon, California Supply in Grants Pass and Medford, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions, Southern Oregon Sanitation, U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou, and of course, broadcast live on PlayActionSportsMedia.com. Special thanks before we sign off to the staff at South Umpqua High School, the administration, the faculty, the teachers, and everyone in this Myrtle Creek community for making this night possible here at South Umpqua High School. Again, gracious hosts and great people out here at South Umpqua High School. And again, to the class of 2020, farewell, so long, whatever the people say, we appreciate you greatly. And so long from Myrtle Creek, Oregon.